Hello fellow adventurers and collectors, Filmaholic here. In today's episode we're basically going to be going over a couple of proof of concepts that I've been working on. And originally I was going to separate these into two separate videos, but I figured I'd combine them. So with that being said, if you're familiar with the recent unboxings that I've done, you may have seen this Sheva head that I picked up in a lot of figures. You know, if you're familiar with these older hot toys, the bodies aren't necessarily up to par with modern stuff, so you know, with that in mind, I've been looking for an alternative, and you know, I was curious as to whether or not I could modify this world box body in some way or form to actually fit this this style of head. Now, the ball socket itself isn't necessarily the big problem here. It's more so the color and the complexion of the skin. It doesn't necessarily match. So, with that being said, when I got that should be also noted, is I actually found two of them. I found one recently and a lot of stuff, so I got that as well. But with that said, the first one that I had actually came with the body. So what I did was, on the world box, removed the torso piece and then chopped along on the Hot Toys Sheva along the same path and retrofitted it onto the world box body, as you can see here. And believe it or not, the only thing that I had to do was modify that torso piece for the Sheva figure, and everything else slotted into place. I didn't really need to do any more modifications to the body to actually accept the old Hot Toys parts. So, you know, this definitely isn't the body that I'm gonna use for the Sheva, but it's just reassuring to know that the modifications that I did actually worked, and I didn't have to really do too much in terms of modifying the body itself. So yeah, as you can see, here are the two comparisons between the two, and I think it works fine. You know, sure, it bulges out a little bit but with clothes on you can't necessarily see it. So suffice to say, I am pleased with this outcome. I'm definitely going to be looking for a different world box body to actually finish off this Sheva custom. And if I do eventually find another Sheva body, I can actually finish off this other Sheva head and make two of them, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Right now I'm just satisfied that this actually turned out well and that my idea worked for the most part. Now, with that said, I am no seamstress, nor do I claim to be one, so take everything you're about to see with a grain of salt, like a huge grain of salt. But for long-time viewers of mine, you may remember an old BJD that I had, and when I had the time frame when I had that, I actually didn't have clothes for it, so I kind of made my own, and I made this skirt. Now, again, I am not a seamstress, so what I used was a lot of glue, fabric glue, and then sewed on buttons to actually finish off the piece. And does it look good? I don't think so, but it gets the job done, and I figured I'd use it this time for a little Christmas outfit for one of my smart dolls. Still don't have a name for her yet, but regardless, I still wanted to take on this project, and with the thanks or with the help of G.I. Joe Eddie, he sent along a bunch of textiles, and with that were some bits of leather, and I used some of that as well to make this little belt, you know. And it was simple enough as it was. So the only thing drastic that I had to do to the leather itself was burn some of the edges so that it wasn't fraying and, you know, adding random lint to the fabric. But yeah, outside of that, do not take anything I say with with any, you know, authority. I'm new to this, and as you can see, I go the route of practicality over aesthetic. But yeah, figured I'd showcase it, and you know, it's something that I did as someone with zero skill in sewing. So yeah, with that said, I appreciate you guys checking this video out. If you feel so inclined, please like, comment, and or subscribe. I very much appreciate it, and I'll catch you all next time.